What's going on, YouTube family? Back at you guys again with another video. Today is going to be more of a story time video, just to kind of tell you a little situation I've been dealing with that has to do with my private label side of the business, and I feel like just telling the story will give you guys more insight into just the struggles that come along with running an actual Amazon business, actually practicing what I'm preaching. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows like you'll notice from the story, but I just thought sharing the story would benefit someone out there who might be going through the same thing right now or will be going through some similar situation if you're planning on getting into the private label realm of selling on Amazon. So pretty much to start the story off, as you guys know, as a private label sellers, I'm importing products from overseas, from China. They have to clear customs, so on and so forth. So there's tons of different stuff that can happen during the shipping process. It has to go through customs over there, customs here, freight forwarders get involved. There's so many moving pieces that come into play with private label, and many moving pieces means many things can go wrong, right? So this doesn't happen that often, but it definitely does happen. If you are a private label seller, this has happened to you. If you're thinking about getting into private label, this will happen to you eventually. And that is your products getting stuck in customs, okay? So, to sum it up short, the story starts off, I reorder my product. It's the same product, just two variations, total of 1,500 units, so I ordered 750 of each because it started selling. I was selling about 15 to 20 units of one color and about 10 units a day of the other, so it's selling quickly, and it was really starting to gain momentum. Only had about 12 reviews on each listing, so things were moving great. I was super excited to reorder, and I was kind of on the later side of reordering than I usually like to, so I was kind of cutting it close and short with being able to restock before I sold out. So I was already nervous about that, and then I get a message from my supplier, right? She says, she, whoever it is over there, I guess you really never know. They said, hey, listen, we can't paint the product right now because the product is made of wood and then they paint it. They said it's raining here in China. We can't paint right now, so we're gonna have to wait until it stops raining because of the humidity, so on and so forth, to paint, which kind of sketched me out a little bit. I was like, well, how come? It just didn't make sense to me. So I was like, you know what, all right, it's cool. I'm gonna run out of stock. It is what it is, right? So a month goes by. I'm like, okay, where's my product? They're like, oh, it just stopped raining. We just started back on. We'll be ready to ship it out in a week. Week goes by, I'm like, hey, okay, so what are we doing? We shipping the products out or what? Oh, we're almost finished. So they just played this game with me for about another 2 weeks after that. And so at this point I was frustrated. I was about to just get a refund and go find myself another supplier. And meanwhile, I'd never had a problem with this supplier on the first order. They were great to deal with. They were on time. Their product was awesome, super high quality. Nothing went wrong whatsoever. So they were about, almost 6 weeks late on the production time. They said 45-day production, so they went to 45 days plus an extra 6 weeks until they were finished, right? And so then they said, all right, we're ready to ship out, but we're 30-something units short, 37 units got messed up, so on and so forth. Can we send those on your next order? I said, absolutely not. You guys are gonna send those now. I've already given you guys an extra 6 weeks. I should, you'd think they'd offer you some type of a discount or something. But at this point, I just wanted my product because I was losing money. And so they ship out the big order and they said, okay, we'll make 37 more units, send them out. So I get the 37 units in the mail like maybe a week later, and I'm like, okay, this is strange. They said it was gonna take longer for these to get here than the big, whatever, 1,400 something units left. And so I was like, all right, that's weird. So then I started tracking my order, right? And if you didn't notice, like most of the time you're shipping with like UPS, DHL. If you're shipping UPS, you have to wait till your product actually arrives in the United States for you to be able to track it. Otherwise, you're tracking it with a different type of shipping platform over there that's not going to be UPS. So once your product clears customs, and mine was coming into the Los Angeles port, I believe, once it hits UPS, you start tracking it from California. So a week goes by, nothing. 2 weeks goes by, nothing. At this point, I'm really frustrated. I'm like, okay, where is my product at? It's not even showing up. It's not tracking, nothing. So I contact them. They're like, oh, well, your product is stuck in customs. They're doing a customs check or whatever. For some reason, my products got pulled and they wanted to do an inspection on my products. I was like, okay, this has happened to me before. Not a big deal. Usually it takes a week, maybe 2 weeks for them to do the inspection. It gets cleared and here comes your products, right? So after a week, still nothing. 2 weeks, nothing. At this point, they're like 2 months behind on getting my product to me. And I guess it's not their fault that the customs pulled it, but something was off here, right? It shouldn't take more than 2 weeks to clear customs inspections. Again, we have this trade war going on with China, so that might have played a part as well. But meanwhile, this was the beginning of June. They shipped it out May 21st. They shipped my order, right? And we're talking mid-June that this is still stuck in customs, haven't received my product, so on and so forth. What is today? Today is now August 20th. Don't mind my grandpa flipping off the camera, but it's August 20th. And I just got confirmation from my supplier and on UPS tracking that my products have finally cleared customs inspection after 2 months. Meanwhile, I was already working on filing for a refund with trade assurance, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna have to go in. I've already worked out a deal with my supplier. They're gonna give me a very steep discount on this order for it being so late. And they're gonna give me a discount on my next order if I even decide to order with them. But just kind of wanted to share this story. Again, I had DDP shipping. That means all the duties from customs, any type of extra charges that come up with getting it through customs and getting it shipped to my door. That's covering shipping from my supplier all the way to my front door or to Amazon. And that's what I recommend all my students do. If you guys haven't, if you're interested in private label, you can check out my program down in the description. But DDP shipping, everything was supposed to be on the up and up. But to end the story short, they were about a month and a half late on production time, and then it was stuck in customs for about 2 months. So we're talking my product has been out of stock that was selling between the two anywhere from 20 to 30 units a day at about a $5 to $6 profit per unit. So that's $100 to $150 a day profit I've been missing out on for the last 3 months, which is not good. I'm not happy about it, but my product's supposed to come today from what it says on the tracking, or supposed to show up at Amazon's warehouse. But just thought I'd share that story. Let me know down in the comments below. Have you guys ever had a situation like this? Has your products ever gotten stuck in customs? Have you even purchased or ordered your first private label product? Again, each business model is going to have their hiccups. You know, you're importing products from overseas, you're going to have problems with customs, you're going to have just retail arbitrage, you're going to have stupid brands file IP claims against you, then you have to dig through, figure out where your receipts are at, so on and so forth. Wholesale, 95% of the companies initially don't want you to sell on Amazon, so you have to figure out a way to convince them to sell on Amazon. So there's really no easy business model as much as people make it seem like, but you just got to deal with the hiccups, the bumps in the road. I could have easily just got a refund for this order, said, hey, I'm gonna quit on these products, I'm not doing them anymore, but no, I figured out, I stayed consistent, I kept pestering my supplier, trying to figure out where my products were at, and finally, I'm gonna have them here to sell. But another thing, guys, it's a learning experience. Now I know, okay, well, next time I definitely know that this specific type of product takes a lot longer to prep. There could be certain bumps in the road, so maybe next time I'm gonna order a few weeks earlier, I might order more units just to have that extra padding of protection on the back end. There's just so much stuff. I've been doing this for over 2 years, pretty much living and breathing Amazon for this whole time. Every single day I'm working on my business, looking for new methods to help me increase my business, so on and so forth. and I feel like every day I'm learning something new. Every new order I'm learning something new. Every new product I sell I'm learning something new. So if you guys aren't learning, you're not growing. Remember that. But that's gonna be it for this video. Just want to share that story with you guys. If you've had any similar situations, again, let me know down in the description. Also guys, if you're new to Amazon, new to the whole game, be sure to subscribe, join that Facebook group down in the link in the description, and I'll see you guys on the next one.